In the heart of a small American town, Sam Thompson spent his evening like many others, lounging in his bed, phone in hand, lost in the endless scroll of his social media feed. The digital clock on his nightstand blinked past midnight, a silent reminder of the late hour. Realizing the futility of his scrolling and the precious sleep he was missing, especially with a much-anticipated day off looming, Sam decided to call it a night. He placed his phone on the nightstand, a small, satisfying act signaling the end of his day. As he nestled into his bed, thoughts of the days ahead began to dance in his mind. There was the planned trip to his parents' quaint house in the countryside, a necessary, albeit mundane, visit to the DMV for his driver's license renewal, and countless other tasks. However, Sam pushed these thoughts aside, trivializing their importance in the grand scheme of things. His mind then wandered to his partner, Jessica. He replayed their conversations, their laughter, and the slight tension over a misunderstanding earlier in the day. A wave of regret washed over him, wishing he had acted differently. In an attempt to escape his remorse, Sam's thoughts drifted further back to a seemingly insignificant yet now captivating childhood memory. About half an hour into his journey down memory lane, Sam decided it was time to stop. He was determined to clear his mind of all thoughts and drift into the blissful escape of sleep. He stretched, finding a comfortable position, and felt sleep's gentle embrace drawing near. Yet just as he teetered on the edge of consciousness, a sudden palpitation startled him awake. His heart raced, thumping loudly against his chest, banishing all hopes of sleep. Frustrated, Sam remembered an old remedy for tachycardia, a strong cough. He coughed forcefully, and for a moment his heart rate seemed to settle, but the relief was fleeting. Hours dragged on, with Sam wrestling for sleep amidst the uncomfortable palpitations and the now infuriating ticking of the wall clock. It was a clock that had not worked in months, its batteries long dead. This realization brought a momentary fear, quickly dismissed by a half-hearted explanation about checking it tomorrow. Then, a loud cough shattered the silence of the night, echoing through the apartment. It was louder and closer than any neighbor could produce, instilling a deeper sense of fear in Sam. Yet, he quickly rationalized it as a flaw in the apartment's soundproofing. As his heart continued to race, Sam reached for his phone, seeking distraction. But in his haste, he knocked it off the nightstand. It crashed to the floor, and in the darkness it seemed to vanish. Standing to turn on the light, he found the switch unresponsive. The power was out. In a mix of frustration and fear, Sam debated his next move. Then the room fell silent. The ticking stopped, and the phone vibrated on the floor. Reluctantly, Sam decided to ignore it, hoping for sleep to take him away from this unsettling night. Morning came with no rest for Sam. Picking up his phone, he noticed a missed call from an unknown number. Curiosity piqued, yet he chose to ignore it, pushing the night's events from his mind. But one task remained, the wall clock. In the kitchen, he took down the clock, intent on removing its battery. But as he opened the back, a wave of dizziness overtook him, and he collapsed. Awaking in the dead of night, the phone vibrated again. This time Sam answered, his heart pounding in his ears. "Don't touch the watch under any circumstances," a mechanical voice warned from the other end. "Who is this? What do you mean?" Sam asked, confusion and fear lacing his voice. But it was too late. Darkness claimed him, and his heart threatened to burst from his chest. The next day, when concern from relatives sent them rushing to his apartment, they found a scene that would haunt them forever. Sam lay motionless, his eyes fixed on a point on the ceiling, the ticking of the wall clock, the only sound in the silent apartment.